BeReal is everywhere.
BeReal.
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 Growing 315% since January 1st.
Currently the fourth most popular social media app in the App Store.
Maybe we should get on BeReal.
It's time to be real.
The concept of the app is pretty simple. Once per day, you get a notification telling you to be real, and you gotta post a picture of you doing whatever the hell you're doing in that moment. If your life is anything like mine, a lot of your BeReals end up looking like this. However, I quickly noticed a problem with this concept, and that's the fact that the 2-minute timer doesn't start until you open up the app. Which means, in theory, once I get my notification telling me to be real, I can hypothetically drive all the way to the beach, find a perfect spot on that beach, run into the very cold water, and take a picture with a surfboard to make it look like I was surfing all day. When in reality, the surfboard in the picture is missing its bottom half. The whole week I ran a little bit of an experiment to see if I can stage my BeReals in such a way that seems so outlandish that there's just no way that they could actually be real. Would someone call me out for being fake and not actually being real? In this first endeavor into this experiment, I even fooled my girlfriend, and she knew that this video was going to be a thing. In order to fool the most amount of people, I decided I needed to post my BeReals onto all of my social media platforms. I made it seem like there was a lot more, but there's only 2 of them. I knew that my next BeReal had to be so good that it was worthy of being posted onto another social media platform. So that's why when I got my notification for the second BeReal of the week, I decided to drive all the way to McDonald's and I got myself a little ice cream cone, something that someone would normally do on a hot Southern Californian day. And then I simply dropped the ice cream cone on the floor.
That's a good little plot. That was a really good plot.
And made it seem like I accidentally did this. And I captioned the BeReal, "Rip ice cream cone." Everyone thought this shit was hilarious, dude. People couldn't get enough of me dropping this ice cream cone. Look at these numbers, dude. This is engagement. Now, 23 likes is nothing to run home about, but I'm a small, niche, micro influencer. This is one of my best tweets. So many people saw this and no one questioned whether it was real or not. So I knew for the next day I had to step it up a little bit. I had an appointment with a lady that lived an hour and a half across the freeway. This lady that I've only spoken to once on the phone. She lived on a ranch. And what she had waiting for me on the other side of this gate was a big surprise. Not to me, because I talked to her on the phone, but a big surprise to you probably, it's a motherfucking horse. I was expecting this BeReal to get a little bit of question marks from the people who saw it, because I'm not a horseback rider. I've never been on a horse in my entire life. So why on earth am I just now randomly deciding to ride a horse? I think people just think that my life is just super interesting. Case in point, look at this fire-ass BeReal of me on the back of a horse. Incredible. And no one suspected a single thing. For the next day's BeReal, I had a master plan, and everything had to go according to plan, or else it would be ruined. This BeReal had to be done in public, and to make sure no one was suspicious of my activities, I had to make sure that people thought that I did this on accident. So I drove over to my local park with a camera, and I was taking a lot of scenic footage of this local park. And if anyone asked me, hey, what are you doing at this local park taking videos, I was prepared to say that I'm working on a school project comparing local parks to each other. I wanted to get one last shot for this fake school project, and this shot was crucial, because just in case anyone involved with this BeReal comes across this video, I need to make sure that they think I did this on accident. So I set my camera up for one last scenic shot of me driving away from the local park, Casey Neistat style. And then when I backed back into my parking spot, I turned off my car because obviously I needed my camera. And then I put my keys on the seat of the car. And seemingly by habit, I locked the door to my car and shut the door. I was now locked out of my car.
Well, that's not good.
I called AAA and asked them to come help me, come save me. I waited, and I waited. Looking back at it, this was a huge waste of time. Not a waste of time for the AAA guy because he's getting paid. This was a huge waste of my time. I finally got the AAA driver, Omar, coming to my rescue. And then as Omar was breaking into my car, I took a BeReal and captioned it, "No way I locked my keys in my car." And I guess some people think I'm some sort of dumbass because no one questioned it. I guess people just have incredibly low standards for me and think I would actually lock my keys in my car on accident like some sort of buffoon. Apparently, I look like the type of guy that would lock his keys in his car and wait there for an hour and a half for AAA to come and save them. On the next day, I had to do a little bit of planning for the BeReal because I essentially had to build an entire set. So I went to Target and I looked for one simple thing: picnic supplies. I went and I grabbed myself a basket that smelled really weird for some reason. And I also grabbed this little flower. And then after that, I went over to the grocery store and got some nice picnic snacks. Now, the only thing that was missing was a picnic blanket. And after looking at the prices of picnic blankets for Target, I decided that it'd probably be best to just use my bed sheet because I needed to wash my bed sheet anyway. Once I got all my supplies, I went over to my local park and I set up this nice picnic area where two people can sit and watch the sunset together. Now, the only thing that was missing was someone to watch the sunset with me. I thought that the skater kids would be down. There's a skate park like right next to the park, but none of them were down. I'm a skater too, and I'm incredibly ashamed of you guys. We were offering you snacks. You could have got a bag of Doritos, but it all worked out for the best because we got this very nice Asian man and he sat down because I told him that I was working on a college project. Took this very nice picture. Look at this beautiful BeReal. Now, if anyone was gonna question any of the BeReals, I thought this was the one to be questioned. We're sitting on a bed sheet. The snacks aren't even open. And also, who the fuck is this guy? Why am I sitting with him? People saw it, but no one said anything about this. On the next day, I decided to get a little less wild, but we still had a lot of fun by going to a pumpkin patch. I wanted to take a picture with the biggest pumpkin there and say I was gonna steal it or something, but these pumpkins were so small. Look at the size of this pumpkin. Never mind what Cullen and I are saying in this video.
Oh, this is a solid pumpkin.
That's a good pumpkin right there.
That's a bummed sized pumpkin. Luckily, after looking around, we noticed something great: a train. And so I got my tickets to the train and I rode that bad boy. A private ride, I might add. I paid $5 for this train and I took my BeReal at the very beginning of the train ride, which was kind of a mistake because I went around that track so many times, and every time I went around, the conductor guy, he would always go like choo choo, like his fucking job depended on it. It's just me, man. I'm just a 20-year-old dude riding this train for a YouTube video. After the train ride ended, Cullen and I immediately left because, I mean, we obviously did not belong at this pumpkin patch. On the next day, I decided to challenge myself to see how far I was really willing to go to get a perfect BeReal picture. When I got my notification, I grabbed my buddy Cullen and I told him, shave my head. And he started shaving my head with no hesitation. So yes, I shaved my head, all for a single BeReal picture. And as I was getting my head shaved without a care in the world, I started thinking a little bit more about this experiment that I was running. The whole idea with this little experiment was to show the fact that every social media app can be fake. Even the anti-Instagram is not excluded from that. But as the week went on and nobody questioned whether or not my BeReals were fake or real, I had to think about why. Did they actually believe what was going on in my life at the time? At the end of the day, I was still experiencing what I was posting about. I still rode a horse for the very first time. I still had to wait an hour and a half to get my keys unlocked from my car. I still shaved my fucking head. This was probably one of the most interesting weeks that I've had in a very long time. When I think about why people didn't ask about the BeReals, was it because they didn't care? Was it because they actually believed it? Or was it because I was just being real? Snaps, everybody. Snaps. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss when I upload next.